you for joining me for my Fit in 5 Day 1 Pilates for Beginners workout today. So normally I deliver the Fit in 5 early in the morning, but I've got a really sporadic week, so I'll be coming into the page at different times, but most of you will be watching on replay anyway. So we're going to focus on core. I've got 2 exercises for you to try today, and I'll multi-level them. So if you could come down to the mat or the ground, and you're going to come onto your back, and we'll do a little bit of mobility before we work into the 2 moves that I'm going to share with you. So you're going to make sure that your shoulders are relaxed. You're just going to roll the pelvis back and forth, just little tilts, to just try and create some mobility through the back. And then also we're going to focus on your back position quite a bit in the first exercise, and this little drill will help. So we feel that you're pushing the back down, the back's lifting. Now just come to a pause where you feel that you've got your natural neutral back position, so the back's not pushed down but it's not being forced up. And then just do the same side to side. So you're just trying to get a little bit of movement again around the pelvis. And then I'd like you to come to a pause so you feel that you've got your natural neutral spine, and that's going to be important as we go along. Bring one knee up, and then you're just going to circle a few times one direction and then the other, so you get a little bit of movement through the hip, and then we change sides. So again, circle off through that hip, change direction, and then I'd like you to pop the feet together, elbows out to the side, and just let the knees rock from side to side. Now I'm kind of tight on space, but you can, so I can't stretch my arms out, but you can stretch your arms out. And then we do exactly the same thing with the feet wider. Again, just trying to get movement around the lower back into the hips. And then we come to a pause, and I'd like you to feel that the weight's equal through both feet, and you're just going to slowly peel up one vertebra at a time, and then place each vertebra back down. Now as you're doing that, I would like you to imagine that your waistband was a little bit tight, and you're going to pull your tummy in very slightly as if you were trying to loosen the waistband, so you're not sucking in for dear life. And then you're going to come to a pause. You're going to go through that same process of tilting the pelvis back and forth and side to side till you've got that neutral back position. Draw the tummy in, and I want you to take your fingertips to your tummy, and we're going to go into your first exercise, which is a modified version of the 100. So we bring one knee above the hips. Now your goal as we work through this sequence is to feel that the back's not forcing upwards, and that you're able to keep the tummy drawn in slightly. So I'm going to go up to level 2 tabletop. Now if you try that and your back tilts, your belly forces up and it feels hard, bring one leg back down and straighten that leg away to an easier option that will allow you to get those core muscles firing correctly. So we've got option 1, option 2. There may be some of you on that are used to doing Pilates, so you may even need a little bit more challenge there, but your aim is to keep the back fixed. Now we bring the arms up and we start to bat the arms. And you breathe in for 3 to 5, you breathe out for 3 to 5. All of the time that you're doing that, your aim, let me just come right back down to option 1 again. Your aim is to keep the pelvis stable, to keep the tummy drawn in slightly. If you can, draw your pelvic floor up, but that's a more advanced Pilates technique. Quite a lot of technique work in 5 minutes is kind of hard to get across, so we'll just go through the basics. Now if you've got one leg lifted, change sides. And if you've got both legs lifted and you feel that you're starting to lose the control, then again you could bring one foot down. And we're going to keep working through that for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, how are you feeling? 5, 4, 3, 2, and release. Great job. So the arms go back out to the side, feet outside of hip width. Remember, you can stretch the arms out if you've got space. Now I'm going to go into our second and last core exercise. So you're going to find that neutral back position again. The ankles and knees come together, And you're going to take the arms out. The elbows are just below shoulder height. And your main goal is to make sure these shoulder blades don't lift off the floor. So keeping the knees tight together, I take a breath in. Now if the knees start to separate, I want you to pull back. And your goal is to keep the knees together. And you're going to breathe in as the knees go over, breath out as you come all the way back. So that breath in as the knees go, don't let the knees separate. If the knees separate, it becomes more of a mobility move, so you won't get as much of a conditioning effect. Now each time those knees come back, can you push with the bottom leg? Can you push the legs back? And can you keep the tummy pulled in? Breath in, breath out on the return. If you feel comfortable with that, you can now extend the leg and back. So you can extend the leg and back. If you're really comfortable with that, if you could in the first exercise bring the knees up to tabletop without the back forcing up, then bring the knees up again. Your body will want to make it easy for you by dropping the knees in towards the chest. So I'd like you to take the knees directly above the hips, keep the knees tight together just as before. We take a breath in as the knees go over, a breath out on the return, keeping the shoulder blades glued to the floor. So it's a breath in, breath out on the return. If that back starts to force up, if you can't keep the tummy muscles engaged, come back down again to the previous option. Keep those knees tight, and we're aiming just for 4 more. Keep them slow. 3, 2 more to go. And then your very last one. Release. Come slowly over onto hands and knees. And then make your way all the way up to standing. Okay, so trousers up, top down. Don't get that the wrong way around, whatever you do. We'll all be in trouble then. You're going to take your feet to hip width apart. And then you're just going to reach. And just lengthen out. That's it. Great. And then we change. Reach. And release. Take a deep breath in. And breath out. I would like to thank you very much for joining me for our Fit in 5 Beginners Pilates workout today. Come back tomorrow and join me for our next instalment. Let me know if you're doing this on replay.